YouTube, welcome to Koi Services. This is one video of quite a few that are going to come about parasites, the effects of parasites and the treatments for them, and I'm trying to go break it down for you so it's a lot more simple to understand. This particular video is about white spot, the effects, causes, treatments and all the rest of it. So the most simple way for me to explain white spot is the fact that it is, in humans, it's very similar to a cold virus. Don't get me wrong, white spot is a parasite, but the way that I'd like you to think about it is of a simple cold virus in humans. So let's say, for instance, you've been on holiday, you've had 2 weeks of sunshine, drinking, eating good food, chilling out, no stress, nice warm weather, and then you come back home and it's freezing cold, you've got to go back to work, the phone doesn't stop ringing, you're stressed out, you've gone for a temperature change. That itself is going to lower your immune system, and then when you come into contact with you know, the flu or whatever it is, then you're more likely to catch it. And it is exactly the same with fish. So that's my simple sort of solution of white spot, the effects of white spot and stuff like that. So like I say, it is a parasite. It's pretty much in every body of water, but the fish are completely immune to it if their immune system's high. So they're not going to be affected by it. It's not going to take a hold on the fish, you know, and start multiplying and spreading throughout your pond. So the main reasons that I find that white spot, you know, starts an outbreak in the pond is generally introducing new fish. So if you think, I think I've mentioned this in a previous video, you know, you're catching the fish at the store, they're putting it in a bag, it's put in a box, you take it home, you float the bag, climatize it, you release the fish. That fish is going to get stressed, because it's just been moved, it's been frightened, it's been scared, you know, it's in a new home, it's going to be frightened, it's going to hide, you know. That is when you are going to have an outbreak of white spot. So what happens is that fish's immune system drops, the white spot takes a hold, it starts to grow, it starts to spread. Under a microscope it looks like 1 billion planets or 1 million planets or 100,000 planets all in one, and it just keeps growing. There's like loads of tiny planets within one big solar system, and this just keeps growing and growing. Once it gets to a certain size, it bursts. And then you've got 100,000, you know, white spot, immature white spot throughout your whole pond. Now it's got 24 hours to find another host, and because it is already established, then there's a very good chance that it is going to latch onto your other fish, you know, and just that in itself is going to drop their immune system. So it's kind of a ladder effect or a snake effect, whichever you want to say. So yeah, so basically it'll grow on the new fish, it'll burst and it'll spread to all your other fish. Now the effects of white spot is you can cause fin rot. If untreated, it can turn to fungus, and you start getting fungus growing on your fish, and it can even lead to death if it's untreated. So the best way to treat white spot is with above 12 degrees up to sort of 20 degrees. Above 20 degrees, you really shouldn't be getting white spot, to be fair, but you should still, you know, if you have introduced some new fish, just do a few scrapes and just check just to see, so then you can treat it. So when I was in the store, we used to import thousands and thousands of fish, and it was my job pretty much to look after them all. So what I would recommend when I was selling fish to customers, and I'd explain to them the way I've just explained to you, you know, the fish is going to get stressed, it's a new environment, their pond might be a little bit cooler than our store where it's come from. So basically get the fish home, settle it in, float the bag, let it climatise, release the fish, tip the water away, because that fish will just weed all the way home in the bag, and you're just going to be tipping ammonia into your pond. So skip that out and tip that away. Let the fish settle in, give it 12 hours or something, try it with a bit of food, you know, try and just ease it out. The rest of your fish should try and make it feel at home anyway, to be fair. So, but then the next day, just treat with a standard pre-mix malachite green and formalin. There's various different makes of it. So if you can find a premix, the premix is formalin or formaldehyde, and half a dose of malachite green. So if you put that in the day after you've introduced the fish, just a single dose, just to settle a fish in my opinion, that generally works. You're not going to have any issues. If you are in cold temperatures, say 10, 12, 15 degrees, and you notice your fish flicking and stuff like that, and you do a scrape and you find white spot, and quite a lot of white spot, what I've always used is a full dose of malachite green and a full dose of formalin. It will tell you on the bottle to only use half a dose of malachite green if you're using it with formalin or formaldehyde. But the thing is, there's a good chance that you're going to have to retreat. If you halve the malachite green, there's a chance that in 2 or 3 days you're going to have to treat again. 2 or 3 days you're going to have to treat again, and you're putting your koi through formalin three times, just, you know, to get rid of it. So this is tried and tested by myself. It's up to you whether you listen to me or whatever, but a full dose of malachite green and a full dose of formalin, above 12 degrees, below 20 degrees, you're going to get rid of that white spot in one shot. It's going to eradicate it, it's going to knock it out, it's going to, you know, it's going to be completely gone. You can do a scrape a few days later, you won't find any, you really won't. So yeah, these other ways, if you've had some big temperature swings, because it's winter, you know, ground temperature sort of 8 degrees at the moment, but if you have some real heavy cold winds or stuff like that blowing across your pond, that's going to reduce the temperature. So koi do not like temperature changes. They don't like swings in anything, to be honest with you. They don't like swings in temperature, they don't like swings in pH, they don't like swings in air pressure, and it can cause stress. Air pressure can affect the swim bladder of a koi, but that's for a different topic. So white spot, if you're in cold temperatures, if you're below 10 degrees, below 12 degrees, you're worried about using formalin, you can use salt at 0.3%. So basically, a 1,000 gallon pond, you're going to use 12.5 kilograms of salt. That will give you a 0.3%. And then you can use the malachite green. You cannot use formalin anywhere near salt. So if you've got salt in your pond, you can never use, until that salt's gone, formalin. They don't mix very well, and it'll cause big problems for your fish. So if you're in cold temperatures, salt, malachite green, full dose of malachite green, 0.3% salt. If you're above 12 degrees and you've got a good outbreak of white spot, you've scraped, it's absolutely everywhere, full dose of formalin, full dose of malachite green, 24 hours, it's job done. Whenever you're using formalin and malachite green, you need to turn your UV light off while it's being used, because it will just dissipate. The UV will just knock the shrimp out of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it on white spot. I think if you like the videos, there's going to be some more. We're going to talk about all different parasites, the best way to treat it, the best way to stop it coming in the first place. And they will all be in this koi health section. So I hope you like the video. If you get the time, please give me a like or subscribe, whatever. I've got like 36 subscribers. These videos will be there forever, you know, so it's a good bit of good stuff for people. If they've got a problem, they can come back to it, sort of thing. So I'm not going to ramble on these ones because they are helpful. You know me, I do tend to ramble. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I say, give us a like up, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or, you know, subscribe, whatever. I hope you're all good and well, and take care of yourself, take care of your fish, and take care of your loved ones. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.